सर्वगतोऽप्यात्मा
सदा सर्वगतोऽप्यात्मा
न सर्वत्रावभासते
न सर्वत्रावभासते
बुद्धाविवावभासेत
बुद्धावेवावभासेत
स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत्
स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत्
सदा सर्वगतोऽप्यात्मा न सर्वत्र अवभासते बुद्धौ एव अवभासते स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिम्बवत्. Today we are going to study Atma Bodha, verse number 17. At very beginning, we see word to word meaning of these shlokas along with Sandhi Vichcheda. And then we contemplate and analyze. Finally, we will imply this philosophy in our day-to-day life. Sada. Sada means continuously. Sada means always. Sada means constant. Sada means forever. Sarvagataha. Sarva. The word sarva indicates all things and beings with various names and forms of this phenomenal world. The word sarva indicates all inert and sentient things and beings. The word sarva indicates entire cosmos. And gata means gone. Gata means penetrated. Gata means went. This is just verbal meaning. And sarvagata, it means having gone everywhere. Or it is all pervasive. In very technical word, omnipresent. Sarvagataha means omnipresent. It pervades each and everything in this world. Okay. Who always pervades each and everything in this world. Okay. Api, even though. It, Atma. Atma means self. Atma means pure consciousness. Atma means essence of life. Atma means Atma is that which is a substratum of all things and beings of this world. No, no means does not. Sarvatra, everywhere, avabhasate. Na avabhasate. We have to connect this word. Atma sarvatra na avabhasate. It means avabhasate means to recognize, to experience. We do not have an experience of the self everywhere. Even though self is everywhere, but we do not aware of the existence of the consciousness everywhere. Okay. Na sarvatra avabhasate. Sada sarvagataha api atma na sarvatra avabhasate. Buddhau eva. Buddhau eva. Alone in the intellect. Buddhau in intellect. Eva alone. Avabhasate. It is experienced. We'll have awareness of it. We'll have experience of it. We'll experience the existence of the self in intellect alone. Buddhau eva avabhasate. Avabhasate, we experience it. We recognize it. We aware it. Where? In intellect alone. Buddhau eva avabhasate. And the style of Shankaracharyas, he gave example, Swacheshu Pratibimbavat. Pratibimbavat, just as reflection. Where? Swacheshu, where there is a clean surface. You will have experience of the reflection in that pure and clean surface. Okay. This is the word to word meaning. And now we became familiar to recognize the meaning of these words. Am I right? Sada sarvagataha atma न सर्वत्र अवभासते. बुद्धा बुद्धौ एव अवभासते स्वच्छेषु प्रतिबिंबवत्. Now we will analyze this verse. Atma sada sarvagataha. Sada sarvagataha. The pure self exists everywhere. The presence of supreme consciousness is everywhere. The availability of the presence of that consciousness is forever, because all five great elements, we have experience of that. And the last time we have seen that with reference of the all sense objects, earth is bigger than all objects. And
Sky,
water,
sky. Sky is bigger than.
no, with reference of all objects,
Huh.
the earth is bigger than all objects.
Hmm.
With reference of earth, water is many times more bigger than earth. With reference of water, fire is more pervasive than water. With reference of fire, air is the more pervasive, more bigger than fire, than water. Fire. With reference of air, the space or sky is the more pervasive, more bigger, more extensive, more subtle. And finally, we will reach the conclusion that space is the most all pervasive. And when we say that sky or space is more pervasive, it means space gives accommodation to remaining four elements. So, earth exists in the space, water exists in the space, fire exists in the face, air exists in the space. Why? Space is more bigger than remaining four elements. Therefore, space has given accommodation to remain in to all five great elements. So we can say that space is more pervasive. Space is available in remaining four Mahabhutas. Each and every elements of the Panchamahabhutas, space is there. Space is there. In this way, we will do the expression. But actually, all the four bhutas exist in the space. Within and without, there is only one thing, all pervasive is space. Okay. Then Prakriti or Maya, which is the material cause of this world, is more pervasive than space. But the Paramatma, supreme consciousness, living existence, the life of everything, is the very subtle, is the very more pervasive. It means the Prakriti and along with effects, all its effects are remaining in the supreme consciousness. Why? Because supreme consciousness is the cause of everything. And cause always exists in the effect. Cause always give the space or accommodation to its effects. Therefore, self-consciousness, pure consciousness has gone in all its effects. It is available, its effects. Because Paramatma is the cause and everything are effects. So that supreme consciousness has gone everywhere in single parts of the elements. In the electron, proton, neutron, that supreme consciousness penetrated electron, proton, neutron. It means the consciousness pervades all matter. And the empty space also covered by that consciousness. Therefore, Shankaracharya, Charyaji, emphasizingly says that Sada, Sada, constant, day and night, 24 hours. Consciousness present your Sada Sarvagata. He is in me, he is in you, he is in him, he is in her, he is in them. No, 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 no. We are in him, or we are in it. Superficially says that he is in all things and beings. But actually, we are all in it, in supreme consciousness. Sada sarvagataha. Atma. Atma means supreme self, supreme conscious, supreme being exists everywhere. This is the very assertive statement without any ambiguity. But even though Shankaracharya put one single word, api, though, even though, it is a fact. Consciousness pervades entire things and beings with this world. This is the fact. But he says there is an obstacle by using the word api. He is a very talented person. He is not good by nature. It means what? It is neglected something. In the same way, all pervasive consciousness is available everywhere, even though na sarvatra bhasate. People do not experience it everywhere. People do not recognize it everywhere. People do not have awareness of it everywhere. People do not have its experience directly in each and every moment of their day-to-day activities. Each and every activities happens in the presence of that supreme consciousness. First, we meet that consciousness and then we experience the object. By his very presence, we have a knowledge of objects. First, we aware the consciousness. And in the awareness of the consciousness, we aware the objects, things and beings. But the presency is very subtle. By his presence, we recognize the object. But we, such a people, we understand the object, but whose presence we become able to recognize the object, we forget that consciousness. Therefore, Shankaracharya says that from the standpoint of enlightened person, consciousness everywhere, but even though common people, means ignorant people, do not aware of its existence, na sarvatra avabhasate. It means Just 2 days before, we were studying the Panchakoshas. The first is the Annamaya Kosh, means this phenomenal body. So the phenomenal body is also one medium to recognize the existence of that principle. Because I'm now speaking, you are listening. The different type of moments happens within the body. What does it show? It shows that his presence is available in the body. So Annamaya Kosh is also one of the medium to express the existence of consciousness. Annamaya Kosh. Pranamaya Kosh. There are so many activities happens in the body. We inhale, we exhale, blood circulation, digestive systems, all the systems are functioning smoothly in your body. It means the pranamaya kosh is also medium to express that supreme consciousness. In another word, we can say that supreme consciousness expresses in the different type of functions of the pranas. Pran, apan, saman, udan, vyan, naga, kruma, krukala, devdatta, and dhananjay. So these pancha pranas or 10 pranas, will see his presence there. Manomay kosh, pranamay, annamay kosh, pranamay kosh, manomay kosh. Innumerable emotions come and go. By whose presence we become able to experience the different type of emotions in the mind. In the presence, the light of consciousness, we become able to recognize, oh, happy feelings, sorrowful feelings. Today I feel very happy. It means happy feelings are there. By whose presence we become to recognize this feeling? The self. The Manomoy Kosh is also medium through which we'll see the presence of that supreme consciousness. So Annamaya Kosh, Pranamaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh. And the last, Vijnanamaya Kosh. Shankaracharya purposely uses the word Buddhau. Buddhau in intellect. Eva. Eva means alone, only. Eva, only or alone. We have a direct experience that supreme consciousness in the intellect alone. Even though the availability, the presency is everywhere. Everywhere means Annamaya Kosh, Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Anandamaya Kosh. But directly existence and its experience and the recognition is available in intellect only. Buddhau eva avabhasate. It appears, it manifests in intellect only. It shines in intellect only. We get the vibration of his presence in intellect only. How Shankaracharya ji gave example Swacheshu Pratibimbavat. Suppose there is water in lake, but there is moss everywhere on the surface of the water. Can we see the reflection of the sun in the water? No. Why? Water is there, sun is there, but the reflection cannot take place in the surface of water because there is an obstacle, there is some barrier, there is something veiling power, covering power in between water and the sun. When we remove the moss with the help of water, with the help of hands, and entirely moss is get eradicated from the water, then water will remain as in pure form. And then we see the reflection of the sun in very clean water. Swacheshu, in that Swachh, in clean water, we'll see the reflection of the sun. Sun was available 24 hours in the sky. Even though we do not see the reflection in the water because there is an impurity, there was an obstacle. And because of that, we do not see the reflection. Another example, we see in front of wall. We see, we stand in front of very big rock. We stand in front of mountain. So can we see your reflection in the mountain, in the wall?
No.
No. Medium is there. You are there. Your reflection also there. But reflection cannot take place in the wall, in the mountain. But if you stand in front of very clean mirror, then you will see yourself as the reflection in the mirror. So clean mirror or clean water is the only medium where we will see the reflection of sun or reflection of your own body very vividly. But what makes big problem? If there is a ignorance in the intellect of the self, like a moss makes obstacle for the reflection of the sun. In the same way, ignorance of the self makes obstacle to experience the supreme consciousness in the intellect. So we have to remove the moss of ignorance by the self-knowledge. We have to listen continuously from teacher about the self. And then logically we have to think on conducive examples then slowly, slowly, all doubts will wash away. Then again, deep meditation. Then erroneous concepts also will get eradicated. Then what will happen? Before the Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasan, there was ignorance. There was feeling of incompleteness. But moment you listen, the knowledge of self takes place. By the mananas, doubts go away. By the meditation, viparit bhavana also goes away. Then intellect become pure. There is no single flaw there. Before the awareness, there was many thoughts in our mind, intellect. And thoughts is like a moss on the surface of the water. By the listening, by the contemplation, by the meditations, many thoughts will change in few thoughts. Again, the vigorous practice of the knowledge, contemplations and meditations, many few thoughts will change one thought. And again, the sincerely practice of the self, that one thought will change into no thought. So there is no thought, but there is awareness. You recognize that. Now I see myself with very lightly, because today I do not have a burden of any thoughts. Moment you ride on the vehicle of thoughts, that time that vehicle of thoughts takes away from your once one true nature, and you are away from your true nature. And thought such a way comes in your mind. Mind is continuous flow of thoughts, one after another, one after another. It is series of thoughts, and thoughts is like a vehicle.
This makes the
Vehicle,
habits.
yeah, it's habits. And you ride on thoughts, that thought will take away from self towards the sense objects. And now people say that I don't have a time to just think on that, contemplate on that. And no, I don't have time. But by the selfless actions, by the honest upasana, if you are doing the honestly upasanas and meditations, all the problems, all the obstacles will go away. Mind become calm, quiet, serene, introvert. There is no trace of extrovertness. There is no trace of any agitation. There is no trace of any disturbance. There is no trace of any distractedness. No disturbance, no agitations, no pickleness, nothing, anything. Just clean, calm, pure water.
Hmm.
In the same way, mind become calm, pure, tranquil, and steady. 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 The
Straight,
steadiness, we
straight,
see the
straight.
steadiness of the intellect. And then we'll have a direct experience of the consciousness in pure, steady, tranquil mind or intellect. Buddhau eva avabhasate. So make a time for your self awareness. You are busy, I know that, but give the some few minutes to experience your own true nature. So Shankaracharya says that Swacheshu Pratibimbavat, like a clean water will see the reflection of the sun, or clean surface of the mirror will see the reflection of your own body. In the same way, pure, introverted, without ignorance, in that intellect, become the medium. In that, we will see the experience of your own true nature. The power of governments of India spreads everywhere. But if you want to meet the government of India, we have to approach Delhi and we have to take permission and enter the chambers of that government. And then we will have a direct experience of that government who is sitting very majestically on that throne. But the presence of government is everywhere in the police, in all the ministers, in all the officers. But if you want to meet directly the government in Delhi, so the availability of the consciousness is available in all the koshas. But direct experience, if you want, we have to enter in the chambers of pure intellect. Then we'll see the reflection of yourself takes place in that intellect, Chidabhas. Okay? The remaining aspects of these thoughts we'll see tomorrow.